my goodness. 12,000 secrets. This is gonna be a good one. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For any of you who don't know me, my name's Elena Joy. I make videos mostly about the queer community, sex, dating, relationships, but sometimes I nail my freaking intro. Hello. But sometimes I take your anonymously submitted secrets and read them to the entire internet. This form is linked in the description if you want to submit an anonymous secret for me to share with the entire World Wide Web. And it's basically, tell me your gayest secret. Okay, most recent secret was submitted yesterday, and it is simply, one of the sexiest things a girl has ever said to me is, I think I know how you like your bagel toasted. What are we really talking about here? Are we talking about bagels? Really? Or maybe we are talking about bagels, and the sexy piece is that if she can intuit how you like your bagel toasted, maybe she can intuit how you like other things done. I'm 28 years old and I'm almost positive I'm bi. I've only dated men and have only had sex with women after drinking. Red flag number 1. We're just gonna file that one away for later. I'm very attracted to women. Number 2. File that away. But I think I'm too psyched out about the mystical natures of vaginas. Penises are easy. They go up and down, and you can just get some water and a towel to clean. Point number 3. So we're almost positive that we're bi. Very attracted to women. Has sex with women, but only when drinking. Says that the pro of sleeping with someone with a penis is easy cleanup. That's the benefit we've come up with? Look, I usually don't do this, but I'm diagnosing you as bi. I feel pretty confident in offering you the label. If you'd like to take it, certified bisexual, here you are. It's for you. You're welcome. I'm gonna read this again, but from the perspective of a lesbian who's definitely a lesbian. I'm 28 years old and I'm almost positive I'm bi. Yeah, same. I was 28 when I went through my big discovery as well. I've only dated men and have only had sex with women after drinking. Girl, like same for years. Drunk sex with women is sober bisexual person. I'm very attracted to women. That's all you need. You can be bi if you want to. You've met the requirements. You've done the homework. But I think I'm too psyched out about the mystical nature of vaginas. And that is so fair. That is so fair. It's hard to know how you feel about something if you don't have a lot of experience with it. That's totally valid. I don't want to minimize that. I just also think it's kind of funny that the point that you're giving to the penis is just that it's easy. Easy to operate, easy to clean up after. Then let me just say, you don't need anything more than water and a towel for vulvas either. I'm just gonna put that out there. I live in a super conservative household, and last year I dated a lesbian. Being bisexual, I thought, what the heck, and told my parents. They basically tried telling me that I was gonna screw up my entire life, and I ended up telling them that I was straight. This has been going on for almost a year now, but I really think I'm a lesbian, and I don't want to hide it anymore, and I'm on the verge of telling my parents. But I genuinely don't know how my parents will react, because I can't even rely on the fact that I like men anymore. Sorry for the trauma dump, LOL. You've helped me navigate this so much. Thank you, Elena. You're welcome. And don't apologize. That's what this is for. I have opened myself up to the trauma dump. I consent. There's a lot happening here. There's a lot to unpack. I completely understand the kind of feeling like if you identify as bi, then at least you can fall back on dating a man, and maybe that will help the conservative parents accept you. And I also understand how exhausting it must be to try and hide this huge piece of your identity in this relationship, and deciding whether or not to come out, especially in a household where the feeling is that you might not be accepted. That's a big scary thing. And unpacking the impact of growing up in any sort of belief system, whether that's religious, political, whatever it might be, that tells you that you're wrong, that who you are as a person is wrong. It's a big job. It's a big job, and I'm gonna recommend therapy. No surprise. And so I'd like to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. Especially if you've never gone to therapy before, BetterHelp is a great place to start. For any of you who aren't familiar, BetterHelp offers accessible, affordable online therapy, and it can make starting therapy a lot easier and less intimidating. It lets you have therapy in whatever format feels most comfortable for you, so you can have a phone call, you can message, you can have your sessions over video chat, whatever feels best. All you do is fill out a questionnaire, and then BetterHelp will match you with one of their over 30,000 licensed professional therapists based on your needs, your preferences, your location, which helps give you access to a wider network of therapists than might be available right in your area. And once you fill out the questionnaire, in most cases, you'll be matched with a therapist within 48 hours. And this is my favorite BetterHelp feature, if you don't like your counselor after you meet with them, all you have to do is click a button and you can get a new therapist. I used BetterHelp last year for months when I was going through some personal things that were showing up that were impacting the way that I was showing up in my relationship related to trying to navigate being gay now. And meeting with my BetterHelp therapist every single week, knowing that I was gonna have that time to just sit down and talk and process and have an objective outsider be able to hold space for me was like a lifeline. And so if you want to check it out too, you can go to betterhelp.com/Elena. It's also linked in my description, and that will get you 10% off your first month, which will hopefully allow you to try out the service, connect with a therapist, and see if it's right for you. Oh, this one's just uplifting. This is just nice. More trans than gay, so I hope that's okay. But first of all, let me stop you right there. Of course it's okay. The more trans, the better. Bring it. We're all welcome here. I'm a gay trans woman, and I've always had a fascination with wedding dress boutiques. Before I was out and accepting myself, I'd sneak peeks at them every time I went past one, but I was always so ashamed and embarrassed about it. Now that I've finally stopped rejecting my own identity, I feel so much more free to look as much as I want because, hey, younger me, wedding dresses are beautiful, idiot. Now I dream of having a big gay wedding with me and my future partner in gorgeous dresses. Same. I love that, and I can't wait. I can't wait for you, and I hope that when you do have your big gay wedding, you put it all on Instagram and I can see you both in your beautiful dresses. I'm a lesbian, but I haven't told anyone yet, mainly because I'm afraid of the reaction that I'll get from people. I'm afraid they'll treat me differently. Classic. It's scary. It's scary to come out, especially before you've done it at all. It does get less scary because as you start to accept yourself more and more, the reactions of other people matter less and less, and people likely will treat you differently. That's just part of the reality of it. But you know who else will also treat you differently? Other lesbians. If you decide to come out at any point, I hope you know that there is a huge community of us just waiting to embrace you with open arms. I get it, and I feel for you, and we're here waiting. The gays are waiting. In 9th grade, before I knew I was a raging lesbian, I attended a club at school where all persons with long hair must have it tied back out of their face, preferably in a secure bun. Well, this one time, a girl's hair came out, a lot of us do at some point, and she kept on joking about how she couldn't tie it back up. And with pure casual teenage flirt, she goes, "Hey, that is not anonymous." You realize that it's not anonymous if you put your name, right? "Can you help me tie my hair back up?" And it wasn't like I was gonna say no. So I stood there running my fingers through her hair, struggling to tie it up, and she's just sitting there smiling and handing me bobby pins. Needless to say, I had somewhat of a gay awakening. Yeah, didn't all of us have a gay awakening? Like putting makeup on a friend, you know, doing your friend's hair, doing each other's makeup. It's so intimate. This isn't talked about enough. I went through a long phase where I loved to do other people's makeup, specifically women's makeup, and there were two parts to that. One, I loved making somebody else feel confident, and bigging someone up and watching them like feel themselves was 10 out of 10. And also, you get to like sit really close and like touch their face. And like, you get to like take little soft brushes and like touch their eyelids with the brushes and go like, let me know if I'm doing this too hard. Like sweeping blush across somebody's cheek. It might be the gayest thing I've ever done. It's not. I, a gay woman, am 27 years old and I have never kissed someone. Never in my life. Even though I so deeply crave that connection with someone. I want to find someone and build a relationship, yet at this point I'm going to be so far behind as to their level of experience. I mean, isn't a kiss the most basic step of a serious romantic physical intimacy? That is what I am deeply ashamed of about myself. Oh, there is nothing to be ashamed of. There is so nothing to be ashamed of in being 27, in being 30, 40, 50, in being whatever age and having not done something that you want to do. There is no shame in that. Having not kissed somebody, it does not mean that you are behind. Yes, you are going to meet people who have kissed, who have done all sorts of things that you haven't done at 27. And there are other people who have never kissed somebody at 27. There are people coming out in their 60s, in their 70s, who have never had a queer experience and so deeply want one. I'm sure that there's a lot more to it than this, but please don't let the fact that you've never done something be a barrier to trying to do it or to try to build something that you really want, like a relationship. Doing something new is scary because of course it is. You've never done it. It's unknown. But there are so many people out there that would be happy to be your first kiss, that would be thrilled to initiate you into the kissing world. I just hate the idea of somebody feeling ashamed of something like that or feeling ashamed of yourself because of that. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Okay? When I realized that I was attracted to girls, I immediately told my best friend, and she gaslit me into thinking that I wasn't a lesbian. I just felt like a lesbian, whatever that's supposed to mean. So I kind of believed her and snoozed the sexuality crisis for like 3 years. What does that mean? Hi, best friend. I think I might be a lesbian. No. You just feel like you might be a lesbian. I think I'm attracted to girls. No. You just feel like you're attracted to girls. Yeah, that's what I just said. This whole needing to convince other people about your own sexuality, can we leave that in 2023? All you need to be a lesbian is to feel like you're a lesbian. Congratulations, you did it. You know the merch. You can be gay if you want to. I've been saying this for years. Whoa. Oh no. Before she knew me, I stalked her and found her address. Turns out she only lives a mile away, so whenever I went for a run, I would always run past her house. We've been dating for almost a year now, and she still thinks it's a coincidence. I feel concerned. I think if you hadn't used the word stalked, I would feel less concerned. Because who hasn't done a Google search of a crush, right? Who hasn't done a Google search? And okay, maybe their address shows up. And okay, maybe you run by hoping to run into each other. And okay, then maybe you start dating and never tell her and keep that secret the whole time. The word stalked isn't sitting quite right. Keeping with the stalking theme, she doesn't even know my name, but I know her mother's maiden name and all her past addresses and her entire schedule. But it's okay because she's my soulmate, she just doesn't know it yet. This is... You know how I mentioned therapy earlier? Maybe consider checking that out. I continuously fall in love with straight married moms. And you're not wrong for it. Look, can we just say it? Moms are hot. Okay? Moms are hot, and that's a hill I will die on. I have a boyfriend, and I know that I'm in love with him, but every time we have sex, I can't help but wish he was a girl, or that there was a girl with us. Tricky. That's a tricky one. It's possible that the separation between romantic attraction and sexual attraction is coming into play here. It's possible that you are bi-romantic or hetero-romantic, but homosexual. So like can experience romantic attraction to different genders, but are only sexually attracted to women. Oh, that's complicated. I wish I had more information. I'm relating this too much to my own life, so I can't have an objective opinion. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble having an objective opinion. I'm gonna have to refer you out. I met my current girlfriend on Bumble, and we went on a first date that ended up lasting 6 weeks. Just a heads up, everything about this secret is about to be the lesbian experience, TM. Like, we saw each other every day except for one during that whole time. The first 2 weeks was just sex. Like, we would separate for work and then come back together and start having sex again. And keep going until we got maybe a little sleep before going to work again. The worst part, we had so much sex the first week, we both got a yeast infection. But we still kept f***ing anyway, because lesbians are disgusting. Disgusting or determined? I leave that with you. The only reason our 6-week-long date ended is because I moved to another state and we are now in a long-distance relationship. Both of our Bumble bios said not interested in a relationship when we met. So basically, being a lesbian is awesome and also terrible. That about sums it up. Because when you're gay, like, how do you know when it's over? Not when you both get yeast infections. That's not stopping anybody. If you are a gay woman and watching this right now, in the comments, let's all come together and we can say this is not a secret. This is the gay experience. This person has just described. 9 out of 10 of us have done this. We've got meeting on a dating app, not wanting to be in a relationship, but then, oops, you are. We've got long distance. We've got determination and pure willpower. Being a lesbian is awesome and also terrible. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh my goodness. Another huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Remember, you can go to the link betterhelp.com/Elena. It's also linked in my description to get 10% off your first month of therapy. So you can try it out, see if it works for you, see if you find a therapist that you vibe with. Also, a massive thank you as always to my VIP patrons, my vitally important producers. You all make my world go round. If you want to submit your own gay secret, the form is linked in the description. Keep them coming because I love it. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, because that's where the magic happens. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! When the person I like hugs me, the only thing I can think of is our boobs touching.